encounter.
Mhm.
What's your story there?
We have been kind of searching for a church after we got married. We had a little girl and we wanted to find somewhere for her to be raised and grow, in her relationship with Christ. So we tried it, been here ever since.
Wow.
Yeah. And I mean, MJ just fell in love with Kids Connection.
Happens a lot.
Cried a little bit at first.
It's a
I mean, it's
blessing.
great to have kids, obviously, in church with us, but for them to have their own space to grow,
Yeah, that
just worship,
acclamation thing you're talking about in Kids Connection, they're really good at that.
they're so good at
They're
it.
so good at that. And that's not a small thing, right? Because it's a vulnerable thing to turn your child over to somebody.
MJ actually really solidified it for us because we live locally and we would drive past and she'd be like, "There's my church. That's my
Touched
church."
your heart.
She has
That's
such a
great.
love for coming here and learning the days of the week at 3. She's like, "Is it Sunday?"
I love those
Yeah,
stories.
yeah.
Something that makes your parent heart feel
Oh,
good.
yeah, absolutely. And just to be in a community where I know as she gets older, that's just going to be nurtured. It's like serving on this community care team. Like she doesn't understand what we're doing 100%. She knows, we take meals. Is it time to take a meal? Is it a week to take a meal?
Yeah.
Looking back on that, I hope it starts her with a servant's heart.
You mentioned that in passing. You said that your parents taught you and your brother to do that. That's not baked into the cake of every child. So what did they do?
Well, my dad's job is, community service. It was born in him way back to my grandparents who are no longer with us, serving others. My grandmother was in healthcare, so, she served others in that way. And then my mom is just so giving and would do anything for anyone.
This thing is sewn into a person stitch by stitch. Like you were just mentioning your daughter. I know what you mean. My wife is part of this meal ministry. And the hope is, and I think it works like this,
Mhm.
you find that it's grafted into who you are. If you can panoramic view, you pull back, a lot of what we face in society that is broken is because that is lost. It's small, but a thousand smalls turned into a big.
Yeah. And if we can be the people that continue that, serve people we know, but also serve people we don't know. There's other community care groups out there that serve people from other areas. We obviously are serving people in our church right now, which I think is amazing, but eventually just branching it out and serving others.
Jesus calls this true religion. He mentions widows, he mentions orphans. It's actually ironic that Christians need to be taught about this through systems because he so clearly lays this out. He says this is true religion. You look up for the orphans, the widows, the downtrodden, the invisible, right? At the end, this is something nobody ever reads. He goes, "This is how you will protect yourself from being seduced by the world." If you're focused on helping the downtrodden, you're not going to get caught in like narcissism. And that's a
Right.
beautiful thing, right? And nobody's above that. But it's like this secret hack, like a code that hacks life, that the irony is taking your eyes off yourself. The care community is such a great example of this. If you're not making a practice of this in your life and you want to,
And that's what I was thinking. As a church, we can show people
Yeah.
how amazing that is.
I agree.
And it's such a simple way. So I said I started attending in January, thinking, all right, well, how do I get involved in the church? I'm so new. Okay, cooking. I love to cook. I'm like, I can cook meals for people. You got to take the first step. So that first step was going to the meeting and just hearing more about it. You hear something, there's a little spark lit in you, and then you just got to take that next step. The ignition of Christianity is exciting. I've never seen so many people my age or younger attending and getting involved.
What's your take on that?
I don't know if it's life experiences that then draw them in. Yeah, I think it's the challenges of the world, and people are like, "Oh yeah, God's where we should go." You know what? Maybe the things that we're going through in life, like, thank God, truly thank God, because then we're
Eternally,
all
they
coming
all
back.
pay
We're
off.
all coming back.
How's it enriched your life? Like, tell
It's
me
been awesome. I mean, I'm lucky because the overworks are part of my team. I knew somebody right away, but also I'm a team leader, which wasn't what I thought I was walking
Wow.
into. I sat down and I was listening to Sam and Janelle, explain what the goals were. And then you went on the thing and signed up, and they're like, "Well, if you want to be a team leader, click this." And I'm like, looking around at like nobody that I really know. And I'm like, I'm not going to lead these people that I don't know. I'm just trying to serve and, and
Yep.
find my niche and what I can do as a brand new part of Encounter. And then I get an email from Sam and she was like, "Hey, we're short on team leaders." Cause not a lot of people want to step up and do like something that means you're in charge a little bit more or something. She's like, "Do you think it?" And I'm like, all right, well, if that wasn't God telling you, just do it because
Oh,
you
that's a
thought
great
about it. You
story.
thought about clicking, but I didn't. And so I did. And it's not hard. I just am the point of contact and, send out the intentional prayer requests, just organize some things. But it's been awesome because the people on my team come from all walks of life, working together to serve a family who is amazing as part of our church. And yeah, it's been awesome.
God is, it's so paradoxical. Technically, Technically, you're giving and you're serving.
Mhm.
And yet, in this way, I certainly just heard you. You did receive such an upside down kingdom. I appreciate you. I'm
Yeah.
thankful that you do this. Thankful that you're vulnerable enough to sit down and talk to me about it.
Conversation with a friend.